Welcome back to SMM 2010 as the Grand National. Main stage action coming up for you again. That's right, for everyone out there listening on the live stream, myself, Tobi Kenobi, as well as Killy Milkies will be taking you through this match. We have Team Deity rejoining the lineup on the main stage here, going up against Gigabite. That is Bite with a B-I-T-E, isn't it, Kelly?
Really exciting game today. As usual, yesterday we cast really great games. We're going to go up to top 16 really soon. Next game we're going to cast, remember to tune in, we're going to cast an all-girls team, which is the LZ girls, going up against the Vietnam team, Stars Boba. So, yeah. That's
right, the Vietnamese boys get to be a little bit closer to, never mind. Let's get ourselves into the game right now. Deity going through the ban pool. Beastmaster being removed at the moment. We also have Alchemist taken out. Brumo, the first ban to actually come out from Gigabite. Now, a couple of these Gigabite guys, I actually met them last week. So did you, in fact. They were actually at the DYA over in Singapore as well. Also the trip over to Shanghai. So they've been around the world a little bit. Let's see if they've actually got what it needs to be taking on Deity. Of course, we did see that amazing Morphling in the last game as well. Might even see a ban about that one. Saw a couple of comments as well coming out from the players just before they were starting off, having a bit of a chat in the game about the awesome 199 CSing Morphling while the rest of the team was getting ripped. But it was still on there, as we see Batrider as our last ban up here for Deity, and we will throw it over to XXF from Gigabite to ban one more hero before we get ourselves into the main picks. And SF is our last one to be removed. That's a very wise move.
Voicing my displeasure over it.
It is such a wise move with Deity in the lineup as well. Like you just know their SF is absolutely perfect. So yeah, keep your eyes open. Doombringer, however, did manage to avoid the pan
First
pull.
time we're gonna see Doombringer being played, and you guys are gonna see why Doombringer is always banned. Probably gonna see him solo mid here, right?
Yeah, more than likely, yes. Doombringer is always good for the solo mid, and just watch for him just to burn that earth and then burn the heroes down. The second he pops to level 6, you'll see him roam out there, go for the ganks off the edge of it. I wouldn't be even surprised if we see a little bit of basically a full ganking start from this one. Allow Doombringer to get strong, and Deity will basically rely on themselves to really push this Gigabite team back here. Gigabite going for the safe pick to start with the VS, the Vengeful Spirit being their first pickup. So obviously get the Nether Swap at level 6. Obviously Magic Missile as well, Roar on top of it, and then throw the Command Aura in just for good measures. And it's going to be coupled with the second support hero coming off, as Gigabite don't want to show their hand just yet. Pulling out the Witch Doctor, good stunner, good ultia, great for early off initiation as well with the Maldic, so you might even try and shut down Doombringer and now Silverbear, both on the same team together. Two solo mids, fill in your tri-lane, Deity. That's literally all that's left.
They basically already picked their carry.
There's your park.
They already picked their carry. Doom and Silverbear.
I reckon with this lineup at the moment, like Deity's currently running Doombringer, possibly one of the best solo mids you can get at the moment. You've got Silverbear, one of the best solo other lanes, like top or bottom. In this case, more than likely be solo top for Deity because they're Scourge.
Draw Ranger.
You got the puck out there. I wouldn't be surprised if you just pull out a neutral or two. Like you can throw Enigma into the mix with all of this, and of course the Silverbear will love that one to absolute bits. Might even throw in a bit of extra heal and tank and DPS, throw in Enchantress, or you could be completely random. Your Drove Ranger as the third pick coming up here. I would personally just love to see a Meepo. Where's the good old days of a Meepo? It's never going to happen though. But with this lineup, like Silverbear and Doom can carry, Meepo can just sit there in the corner and just look cool.
Well, at this point in time, I'm not sure if Deity needs to win this because they did drop one game against LGD earlier on. If they win this, I think they're going to proceed. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I believe they actually do in the group stages. We can always get an admin to give us those details later. Of course, you can also check it out. There is a lot of news sites here. I think GoTo Gamers is the big one who is actually watching right there. So check it out at gotogamers.net. Those guys always have, well...
Yeah, we'll probably give everyone an update of the score later on. But I do know that both Singapore teams will have traveled up past through the group stage.
No, they have. Yeah, let's jump into Deity now. We actually go for the pans, and here it is, in fact, Enigma. Gigabite are listening to me at the moment. It's like, oh, Enigma, I think we should remove him. Sounds like a plan. Let's do it. Okay, click.
I mean, if they do not ban Enigma, the park will come in and do a Dream Coil, and then Enigma just jump in with the Black Hole. They are totally disabled.
It would be a beautiful, beautiful thing because you can't move out of that. You can't move out of that black hole if you're stuck there on a dream coil. You move out of that dream coil, you do get stunned off the edge of it too. So you cop the damage from it, and in the end, it's just better just like sit there, take it up a little bit, and hope you manage to actually live through it, or hope you've got enough support to actually help you live through it that time. One more ban from either team before we
We're
actually.
probably gonna look at ES being banned. ES is definitely gonna need to be banned in this match. Otherwise, for both teams, if any of them pick ES, it's gonna be so crucial to their draft.
Yeah, actually, we probably shouldn't say that while Deity's actually doing their bans right now. I'd be looking at it going, come on, dude, come on, why'd you have to say that? We wanted ES as our 4th. What are you doing to me? Gigabite, of course, they do have the 5th one there too. But the ES would actually be a very, very strong option here for Deity, because obviously you lock him in place there with the Doom Ring. He's going to scorch the earth. Lion is actually now removed as well, wanting to remove that burst damage. And of course, Lion is basically an awesome counter to any good mid solo. As long as he's played right, as long as he's played aggressively, and as long as he gets support just after the first couple of minutes, even if not, it's just a straight up gank, like we saw from the CM and Tidehunter, which is both actually still in the pool as well. But we did see that gank on the middle lane before when OD was down there as well. So you got to look at these lineups right now. Like you can think, okay, this is an awesome lineup. Tomb Ring and Silver Bear, that's awesome. You can pick all the best carries in the world if you wanted to. It doesn't help if your team doesn't actually work with them. Your carries have to get support. Your support obviously has to actually get something back from the carries as well, so they can continue to go both ways.
Support has to be super alert. You have to remember to ward, because I have seen in a lot of games earlier on that we are casting, the wards are like really lethal, almost no wards at all. We're probably going to see a strength hero going to be picked for Gigabite, Bite with BIT. That's the sponsor. I think their sponsor is a land shot, which is named Gigabite. So yeah, probably going to see a strength hero being picked for them. Possibly would see a ban. Venomancer is being banned. Definitely. Leech is going to be picked for the 4th pick of DIT. We're going to see what Gigabite is going to come up with.
Lich.
Wow.
I love the Lich. The Lich pick is actually probably the best thing they could have done right now. Obviously, you got that built-in deny. It'll work well in a tri-lane. You'll have that continuous frost that can come out as well. And they needed something that was actually going to give it a little bit of slow at the moment. You look at their lineup, there's not a massive amount of stun. In fact, there's nothing. In fact, there's not actually a single stun in the Deity lineup.
I just love their pick right now. All the heroes that Sentinel pick has very low life. Very little life. Which is why probably they pick a Shadow Priest to support. Yeah,
Shadow Priest is definitely a good pick. And there comes the ES up as well. So the end up lineup for Deity, which I think is very, very strong. That ES is really going to get his fishes right. If he doesn't, the team's going to have a horrible, horrible time. But Doombringer, Silver Bear, Puck, Lich, as well as ES. That is a hell of a lot of group battle engagement, just abilities right there. And, well, you just know it's really going to hurt if Gigabite get themselves caught out, and they're going to have to do a very, very good job to avoid it. They need a little bit more tank as well. You're right, there's not a lot behind them. You have the Vengeful Spirit, you have the Witch Doctor, you have the Drone Ranger. That's literally support, DPS, damage. She does have a silence on her as well, but it's not really disabled. There's also no stuns coming out from those last two, but there's enough stuns, a bouncing stun that comes out from Witch Doctor as well. They just need that solid tank. They just need that ability to live through this, because as well as basically let Drone Ranger do that damage. I wouldn't even be surprised if they picked up someone like Necrolite just for that life or something along those lines. Pick up Enchantress, that way you can have a little bit more of an army. You get a needed, especially with Silver Bear running around at the moment. Enchantress, of course, has that inbuilt heal through the wisps that do actually come out, and also with the great ulti as well, the ability to really kick off that damage, just in case Silver Bear is trying to get herself out there, or if Lich is running back, Puck doing the same sort of thing. It will actually follow off the back of Illusionary Orb, I do believe, so it will even do more damage for the more range it's got. So it wouldn't be a bad hero to actually go, but XXF has the lineup at the moment. They're still discussing between the teammates exactly what they want to do right now. Who wants to play
I think they really need a tank.
Yeah, they can. They can. They got 35 seconds to decide if they actually want to.
Let me have a look. Hopefully they'll pick something that'll be able to survive any prior engagement if, let's say, Deity decides to come in with a Doom. Because the Doom is going to be so strong if he's being allowed to farm in the middle lane. Once he gets his item, he can just go around catching anyone with BOT, because he's just going to move so fast.
Yeah. Well, they can either go
and
tank.
His multiply. I love watching multiply. Like, the dude is like just saving his mana. I just know it. They decided to go for Storm. They don't have a single strength hero.
No, actually, I was just thinking about this for just a moment. After I actually said they need a tank, it's just like, no, actually, more than likely, you're going to have to be more aggressive. Like, if you can shut down the Scourge heroes early on, then you're going to have a hell of a lot of better time. But obviously, you're just running around at the moment and just think, oh, I have a tank, I might be able to live through this. But if they try and play that game up against Deity right now, they know they're going to lose. They can't play that sort of game, especially with the fact that Syllabear will just tank you all on just his bear. He won't even care about you. Doombringer will do the same as well. And, of course, then the rest of it, you still have that armor, which will be coming up from Lich. It's going to be very, very hard to bring him down. The only way you can do it, get that pure damage, make the most of the attacks too. So Storm Spirit will ulti over the top, try and bring down those heroes who are trying to escape out there, and make sure you capitalize on every single engagement.
Yeah, update on all the heroes for the Sentinel side. We have the Draw Ranger, the Storm, VS, Shadow Priest, and the Witch Doctor. On the Scourge side, we have ES, we have Lich, we have Doombringer, we have Puck, and we have Syllabear.
VS and Puck just basically just waving hands at each other inside the neutrals there. Or in Puck's case, a little bit of a wing. He doesn't really have a hand. But they just know this is like, okay, cool, where are we going to try and move on this one? Obviously, you know, the solos and the tries. That's what it's also all been about. Like, I don't think we've really seen much of a swap up apart from maybe we had the two roamers with a Tidehunter and CM or events like that. Or actually one time Sven went for his solo roam, just trying to get his AoE stun off a little bit further. But the solos will go off. Of course, the Foghorn has already sounded off and the crit wave is moving itself out. So the heroes will be forced into the lanes and to show themselves to the opposition here. Of course, there is nothing like going for an epic block, which is what just basically gives you that sort of like, especially they're looking for the high ground advantage.
Well, we're going to see in the middle, very soon you'll see in the middle lane, Doom is going out against the Storm. What do you think would help Storm in this game? Does he have to be really aggressive against the Doom? Because the Doom is going to be a better mid farmer. Or you see the Shadow Priest going up against the Syllabear in the top lane. That is going to be really hard for the Shadow Priest actually. I think the Syllabear will be able to control him really well. At the bottom lane, we do have the ES, the Leech, and the Puck going up against the WD, the Draw Ranger, and the VS. 1-1-3 again. Correct me if I'm wrong. Do people ever play 2-on-2 anymore?
It does happen. It does happen. It always depends on the build side. The tri-lane, though, is still the stronger way to go. If you actually quote a good mate of mine's words, Syndron, is basically the only way to actually beat a tri-lane is to get a better tri-lane. And because we did see that with like the CK combination with the triple stun with Lena 2 matches ago. And because you asked the question, should Storm Spirit be aggressive? I think the answer is actually yes at the moment. Scorched Earth now coming off here is Ferrari. He played our Morphling last time. He's now playing the Doombringer, really getting harassed down. And Storm Spirit is loving every single moment of this one. Let's have a look down towards this tri-lane on the bottom lane now. ES, Lich, as well as Puck. Now, there's silence, there's slow, and there is 1-1 big. It's got to come out from Long DD, that fissure. If it locks Draw Ranger in place, things can go well for them. If it doesn't, they're in a little bit of trouble here. Witch Doctor just coming in from the side there, harassing that Puck back on the back of the slow arrows too. Obviously, the cold arrows that come out from the Draw Ranger. It's very, very dangerous when you get yourself caught out like that, and they don't have to use the fissure as a defensive maneuver.